Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening. Thank you for joining me this evening. I'm so happy that you are here, and I hope you are all doing well this evening. We have started into Mercury retrograde as of this last weekend, and I've been feeling very sluggish. In fact, I was having some conversations with some other colleagues, and they were laughing, saying, my inner sloth is coming out. And actually, that's kind of the way I've been feeling for a couple of days. It's just been a big push to get me to keep moving through my day. All of that is just coming through because, you know, we are going through Mercury retrograde. Everything is slowing down for us to stop and take pause, release some of the things that are no longer working for us, and concentrating on that communication piece, because boy, when Mercury retrograde comes through, communication is a big one. So, you know, take extra care in the communication with yourself and with others. So tonight, interestingly enough, I've had a couple people come to me and have wanted to talk more about being an empath and remembering some of the things to do with when you're an empath, some of the things to help guide you and navigate you through your daily routines. And I know that we've had discussions about this throughout several years of me being on the show, and I've tried to give you little tips and tools that will help you navigate through all of that. And right now, it's a perfect time to have that little reminder about what it is being an empath, and asking yourself, am I really an empath? Because some of you probably already know that you are, and others are probably questioning, what is an empath, and how do I know if I'm one, and what does that really mean? So being an empath is just, you are a very highly sensitive being. You have to remember that you're really a soul here on Earth having a human experience. And so that being said, we really, all of us are highly tuned, sensitive beings. It's just that some of us are more aware of it and more awakened to that fact. And if you're not there and this doesn't make any sense to you, that is okay. It just means that this is something that you can think about and ask yourself, am I or am I not an empath? Am I sensitive to other people's energies and emotions? And so what does that look like, you ask? So we've all had those situations where you walk into a room full of people, or you meet somebody for the first time, and you immediately get a sense about them. Right? It's like your gut intuition tells you something about them. Not sure about that person, or, oh, wow, I really like this person. I really want to get to know this person, right? That is essentially your little empathic and soul antennae going off, right? It's about deep down using that gut instinct, everything that you know about energies, about people, about situations, and it's telling you something about that. And so you stop and go, oh, okay, I'm feeling this about that person, or I'm feeling this about that situation. I know for me personally, I don't like watching the news. Everything that comes through is I get a feeling. I'm highly sensitive. So you watch something and it throws you off. It makes you upset. It makes you angry. And even though they're just reporting the news, you have an emotion. You have a feeling about it. And sometimes that can get really overwhelming, right? And so, especially during this last year with everything going on, with the pandemic and with things going on in governments, I've had to kind of tune out. I've really had to step away from the television and turn it off and go, that's it, no more for me, I'm done, right? And that's okay. But that just means you're highly sensitive to those things. You're feeling those emotions that are going on with the people bantering back and forth with discussions, and you're feeling the emotions of people being interviewed on TV. So all of these things are affecting you day in and day out. And so it's important to realize when your body has had enough. Okay. So what do you do when you've had enough? Well, you can retreat and go outside and take a walk. Getting in nature, taking a walk, breathing in the fresh air is one of the simplest, easiest ways to get your body back into alignment and back into you feeling you, right? Whether it's a really long, brisk walk, whether it's going out and hugging a tree, whether it's kicking your shoes off and feeling the grass and the soil beneath your feet, all of those things are going to bring you back down to that center. Another thing is to be able to cleanse your body and your aura every night. And the aura, everybody has one. It's that energetic field around your body. And it can get really clogged with just all the everyday activity and energies that are coming at it. So, showering or taking a bath in Epsom salts is a really fantastic way before bed to kind of decompress and to get away from all of that. So there's lots of things. You can start decluttering your home. If you feel safe and comfortable in your home, then you can function better. So saging your home, for instance, opening up the doors and windows a little bit every day and letting some fresh air in. Going around and opening the cupboards. If you have singing bowls or anything like that, you can go around and use the vibration of the singing bowls to clear out energies in your house. And again, just decluttering and getting rid of things that you don't no longer need will just help reduce the stress and the energy within the house. So those are just some really quick tips on how to kind of navigate some of these things. As we go along, I'll be sharing a few more tips and tricks along the way. But right now, try some of those and see if they will help. And ask yourself, am I feeling somebody else's energies? Right? And if you feel like these energies aren't yours, release them and return to sender with love, right? It just releases those energies from your body, sends it back to the person or the origination, not in a mean or malicious way, but it just releases them from you because they really aren't yours. It's not your responsibility to take on other people's emotions. And that's the biggest thing with an empath is we are the healers. We are the light workers. We are those who transmute that energy for others. And so it's really important to realize if you're happy and everything is going great and all of a sudden you just slip into a funk and you're angry or you're crying, you have to ask yourself, is what I'm feeling mine? And if it releases and you feel lighter, then you say, nope, that's not mine. Return to sender. And you'll be amazed at how much better you feel. All right. I know that was a lot of information. So if you need to ask me a question, you can always feel free to reach me on one of my Facebook pages, Julie YeagerWalker Medium, or Your Time to Shine. And I would be happy to have some of those discussions with you online. So hopefully that's helpful, and it can help you navigate through your days a little bit with more ease and flow. So right now, we are going to go to Donna in Forest City, Iowa. Good evening, Donna, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. Thank
Good.
you for doing
What
what
can,
you do.
oh, well, thank you for calling in. What can we do for you tonight?
I want to look at career and also love. How's that?
Okay.
Valentine's Day
Okay.
is coming up, so let's look at that also.
Oh, Valentine's Day. Yes, absolutely. Okay, Donna, there's going to be just a couple minutes of silence here as I just tune into your guides and your loved ones. So I will be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Donna, what your guides are showing me right now is they're showing me this this beautiful stream of this bright like effervescent ribbon light, and it's just circling you. It's absolutely beautiful. Um, they are showing me that you are such a bright light, that you are such this caring, this empathetic, loving person, and this light just envelops you and follows you, and it just flows. Um, I feel like in the last, even it really just recently, in the last maybe week, 2 weeks, maybe month, not no, not quite even a month, that you felt like you're falling into this place of flow where things are kind of loosening up a little bit. Things are starting to move in a direction that you are looking for, because it feels like they've been really stagnated for you for quite some time. Um, there have been some decisions being made on the other side, right, with your loved ones and your guides. And so for you, it's been very frustrating because it feels like there's no movement, there's nothing going on. And they want to assure you that they've been working on the other side to to help you create what it is that you need in your life. And so again, they're showing me this kind of this dualism with this flow of this ribbon is it's just flowing within you and around you. Um, so some of those things that you have been looking at, especially centered around your career, are starting to move forward and starting to come into play and to manifest, so to speak. Um, there is, hang on, I'm trying to see what they're showing me. Just a minute. Hmm. Okay. Um, so I'm trying to put into words because sometimes they show me things energetically, and so I'm trying to find the words to put into it. Um, they're showing me that you are a healer by nature. Um, are you practicing any kind of healing modalities right now, like Reiki or any type of healing modalities right now?
No, I'm actually writing a book about my near-death experience.
Uh-huh. Okay. So there's that healing component, right? When we share our experiences with people, there's a huge component of healing, because when we write and we express, it's getting everything out. It's getting everything
Mm-hmm.
out that's been within us. And so by you writing this book, um, there's this huge component of healing for you as well as the people who are going to be reading it, right? So that's why there's that that's why they were showing me, and they kept telling me healer, healer, healer. So um, there's a big expression with this, and um, I really see your book doing very well, and um, and taking off. Uh, I can even see you standing on stage and talking to like a group of people about your experience and sharing your experience. Um, because of that experience, you're more, what I want to say, enlightened, right? There's,
Very much so. I
yeah,
sometimes, I don't, when you experience something like that, you have also a sense of you really just don't know where you belong. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
You, 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 I don't, in my writing, I write, um, but I don't have anybody really that I have um, talked to a lot about this. And so, um, you feel alone because you have experienced something that few experience, but you know things that you didn't know before. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know
Uh,
things now that I didn't know before that this happened.
yes,
Does that make
absolutely.
sense?
It does, absolutely. And so what happens when you have something catastrophic happen in your life, and it doesn't even have to be a near death experience, right? It can be a very traumatic experience in life where that's when people start waking up. That's when they
Well, I've
start.
had many things, many things happen to me. In fact,
Yes.
I've been told that I'm not just going to have one book, I'm going to have several books. Um, I've, I died and I came back. I've been anorexic and bulimic. I've been abused. I've been kidnapped. I've had everything in my entire life taken from me. I mean, everything. I was
Mhm.
bedridden for 4 years. Do you see where I'm going?
Oh, I
I've
see where you're going.
experienced a lot.
Your little soul took on so many things before incarnation. That's all I can say. That's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff to digest. And of course, you're going to feel that you're on a different playing field, I'm going to say. So know that well, starting with this book, I do see you having a couple other books beyond this, but just this one, what this is going to do is it's going to start collecting your tribe, right? It's going to start collecting the people who are like minded, who think like you, who understand what you've gone through, who have experienced something similar, or who have questions about it, right? So, right now, what you're doing is you're creating this platform, you're creating this. This starting point where you are going to be having these people that you are going to be able to share these experiences, and you're not going to feel so alone and so isolated. So Spirit is co-creating this book with you. They are writing through you. You're channeling. Have you ever stopped? Have you ever written a bunch of stuff and stopped and go, what did I just write?
Um, I I've had other people, I'm just so honest. I've had other people read me, and I have been told that um, the book is being written by or guided um, by some spirits in heaven. Yes, yes,
Of course it is.
yes,
Of course it is.
yes.
So,
And
so
I know who they are.
okay, perfect. Perfect. So tap into those guides when you sit down to work with your book and to work with those experiences. Sit down and tap in with that guide, those guides. Because I'm seeing there's like three of them right now. So sit down and tap into them. And you're going to find that you're just going to start writing things. Things just flow. I mean, I know that they already are for you right now, but when you sit down
They are, but I
intentionally,
feel sometimes that I get really stuck, and I think it's because I get so much in my head that because
right,
I've been told that how great this is going to be, and I've even been told that it's going to be turned into a movie. And so
right,
I get really stuck because I think I get where it's like it's hard. Let's word it this way: it's hard to accept, or for me it is. It's hard to accept that something so great can happen when I have seen the bottom, and I mean I have seen the bottom. So it's hard for
mm-hmm,
me to visualize and accept that, oh my God, you know, I'm this. This is really going to do really well, and people are going to know me, and people, and I'm going to. This book is going to do great, and it's going to be lucrative because I'm not making any money right now at all. It's gonna and
yeah,
it's going to open so many doors. It's hard to accept that when I was bedridden for 4 years, Julie, and couldn't do anything. So to go
right.
from that to such high success, it's hard to wrap my brain around it, and so I get paralyzed. Does that make sense?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So here's what you do, right? So when you sit down with the intention, and everything is about intention, okay? When you have heart-centered intention to sit down to write this book, okay? And write it in the way of to release what it is that you need to release, nothing else. Okay? When you sit down with your guides and you say, this is my intention. Today I am going to sit and I'm going to write, and I ask for your guidance to help me do so. And then whatever flows out of your pen, let it happen. Don't think about it. Do not analyze it. Don't try to fix your punctuation, your spelling, nothing. Because what's happened is you are right. You have so much in your head. It's because they are downloading to you all the information that you need. So, sit down with the intention and just let it flow. Don't think about it. Take some time every single day. It would be a really good thing to find the time during the day where you can sit with intention, and maybe it's only 20 minutes a day. I don't know what that looks like for you, but you sit down at the same time, at the same place, light a candle, and call in your guides and start writing, and think about nothing else. And don't even think about it as writing your book. Whatever comes out on the paper, let it come out. Because what you can do with that is you can take that and then you can work with it later, right? Because right now your ego is getting in the way, and it's not letting, and when I say ego, it's not like a bad thing, right? It's just our conscious mind. But what's happening is your ego's coming in saying, you can't do this. You were bedridden for 4 years. What makes you think you're going to be famous and people are, no, you're not doing that, right? So it's getting in your own way. So it's stepping out of that, letting spirit and your guides take over and start writing. Start writing from the heart. And whatever comes out, and you may go back to this and you may go, okay, that doesn't resonate with me. That's not going to be a part of the book. Okay, fine. Let it be what it is. It was something that had to come out, that was guided through to you. Okay, so just let that go, and then at the next night or the next day, come back, do the same thing, and you're going to find it's just going to flow, and that blockage that you're having is going to dissipate and go away and become non-existent. But it's really about getting out of your own way. Does that make sense for you?
It does. It does. Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I've had several rewrites, and I do have a coach, and I sent her my first write. She goes, yeah, Donna, you told me your story. And I go, yeah. And she goes, but this is not how you told me the first time. And I said, what do you mean? And she goes, well, you've told me your story, but when you write, Donna, I need to be there with you.
Right.
So then I rewrote everything again. She goes, now that's what I mean. I need the reader to see that you were in bed and what you were wearing and how you felt at the time. I want you to write as if you're right back in the whole scenario again.
Right.
Not just telling your story. You have to tell it so people see it.
Right. And that's part of that's part of your block, and this is part of your healing. You don't want to go back to those times and relive those times, but you're going to have to in order to get it out and to heal. And so that's the biggest piece that you're trying to overcome right now.
Okay.
Okay. So don't be afraid to go back and revisit that dark place inside of you, because once you visit it and once you release it, it's going to be gone. It's not going to be as heavy and as thick for you as it was before.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So Donna, we're coming down to the last few seconds of our show, and I know I didn't answer your question on love, but Spirit they just guided me here to this place. So I hope it's been helpful for you.
It has. I guess I'll just stay single right now, right?
Yes, the big message here is take that intention and find that time and space to write.
Okay. And do you think it will be a movie? Do you see that at all?
It's a little cloudy, but I do think that it can morph into that, yes.
Okay.
They're not showing me a very clear picture right now, but I do see that there is potential. So,
okay.
And Donna, with that, I'm going to have to let you go. I want to thank you so much for being here tonight, and best of luck with the book.
Thank you so much, Julie.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye. That does it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Reach out to me on my Facebook pages, Julie YeagerWalker Medium, or Your Time to Shine, or www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, everyone.